2NURFM.com, a broadcast service of the University of Newcastle.
And I've got to tell you, pretty much for the whole month of January, I like to keep in touch and find out what's going on with the Tamworth Country Music Awards and the entire festival. And I was pretty much kept up to date because one of the guys that I follow on Instagram and on Facebook really looked after us there. He put lots of photos up of all the different performances he was at. He commented about things. And I'm talking about the Toyota Star Maker winner from 2012, Bob Corbett. Bob, you kept me in the know, mate, with what was happening at Tamworth. Thank you.
I had my little communications hub at the in-laws place there in Tamworth that I'd return to every day and just put down my thoughts and results throughout the festival, and it was a fantastic festival, Dave. Really,
there was some great photos and some big crowds you played to. Tell us what you did up there and where you performed at.
Well, we did 16 shows this year. It really blew out. Every year we say we're going to slow down, and this was one of the big ones. But look, the highlights were the crowds. The attendances at our shows were fantastic. We played the concert in the park for the Toyota Star Maker Grand Final and concert for rural Australia. And congratulations to Mickey Pye, by the way, who is 2015 Toyota Star Maker winner.
Yep, well done.
All the way from Oberon. Fantastic job. Big future. Look, we did a lot of breakfast shows this year, which was fantastic.
West is one of the major hubs for country music up there, and you did the big breakfast shows there.
Yeah, and I tell you what, folks, if you've never been to Tamworth and you want to go to a breakfast show, make sure you get there about an hour before it starts. Get there at 7 a.m. because the place is chockers. There's never a seat left at the breakfast show, and it's a fantastic audience to play to.
Is it a good opportunity for you to catch up with some other artists that you don't get to see during the year?
Oh, yeah, it's the annual reunion for sure, Dave. Yeah, it really is. A backstage, side of stage. When you're finishing a show and the next band's coming on, it's like, how have you been? How's the year been? How was the album? Or when's the album coming out? And look, we're going to talk about the Golden Guitars, as you've mentioned. Every winner I know personally, throughout going either to Tamworth or other festivals across the country over the years, and you get this personal friendship going with them, and which makes it all the more better and special when you see them take away awards.
Well, let's talk about those awards, which were held on Saturday night. Morgan Evans, local guy here, did a great job as MC.
Oh, mate, look, folks, MC of the Golden Guitars is a massive job. Anything could go wrong production-wise and stuff like that. Not that much did, but, sometimes there's this little glitch. He held it together really well. He had the wireless mic thing going on and he was walking around. It looked $1 million as he does. And he really held the show together well. And I was very proud to just call him a newie boy done good. Very, very good job.
Now, Bob, with the Country Music Awards, let's talk about one that's a standout for us, for a performer who's amazing, one of the best voices. Lynn Botel, she won for Alternative Country Album of the Year with Heart of Sorrow. She's been in Bella, or they still perform as Bella from time to time with the other girls, Kate Ballantyne and Karen O'Shea.
Yeah.
I got it. See, I remembered. Yeah, there you go. And we play their songs here. We love Bella. Now, this is such a good award and such a great recipient in Lynn.
It's a great award for us locals, us Hunter Valley, Newcastle people. But I know it sounds convenient for me to say this, but Lynn Botel, to me, is the best female Australian artist around. Songwriter, voice, the whole thing. We did a cruise just late last year with all of the stars and all that type of stuff. And then when Lynn gets up, I go, I just wish everyone was here so they could get a little lesson off Lynn, She is just fantastic. And she took it out. She took out the... what did you take? Oh, the Alternative Country Album of the Year. And, it's just so proud. Tears in the eyes, to be honest with you.
Another one, a good friend of yours, took out Female Artist of the Year, and some people were predicting this one would go to Casey Chambers. She missed out.
Well, the impenetrable fortress of Casey Chambers, it's and Amber Lawrence we're talking about, folks.
Great talent.
She's put, and she said it's been 11 years coming, this award. She has not won a Golden Guitar, and then she's taken out Female Artist of the Year.
The Male Artist of the Year, Luke O'Shea.
Luke O'Shea, he was definitely the people's win. It was every time his name was read out in a nomination. I think he had 6 nominations and he took out 3. The crowd would just go wild. Now, talk about getting tears in your eyes. I just want to mention something about Luke O'Shea. He has a song called Three Brothers, The Great War, it's called. And it's very, very poignant in the year we're coming up to with the centenary of Anzacs. And I tell you what he had to say on stage was mesmerising, and it really shook us into give us some perspective on the mass tragedy, the waste of people. And he said, it's going to be a big flag waving year this year, and when you're waving that flag, just be sure that you remember that there are some towns out there that have never recovered from the losses of men.
And well done for him. He got APRA Song of the Year for that very song. So
Yeah.
that was a good award, one of the ones that he received.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you. You've got an album coming out in March. Tell us about this and the preparations for it.
We do have an album coming out. It's called Roovolution. It's our 6th album. Well, 5th, because I don't play anybody my first album. That was the developing album. Roovolution, it's coming out. We did get the copies before we went to Tamworth, so we took it to Tamworth. And we're an independent group. We're not signed by any record labels or anything like that. And through the sales in Tamworth, we own the album outright before it's even released. So we might actually be able to save up and get some tickets to the Willy Wonka factory or something like that.
Congratulations on that. Now, you might play a song for us from it. What have you got in mind that you might be able to play for us this morning? Something off the album.
Well, I thought I'd go acoustic for you.
Yes.
This one's called The Kid in Us, and it's pretty much about, we all know it. I'm 43 this year, and I still don't feel like growing up. And I'm sure there's people a lot older than me out there that feel exactly the same way.
I'm 50, but I feel 22. How's that sound?
That's beautiful. See, this song's about you, Dave.
I love it, Bob.
I'll just move this mic down.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's young when they're 21, out on the town having lots of fun. Who cares if we ever get the job done? 'Cause we're all having fun when we're 21. Yeah, there's still a little kid in a lot of us, still sitting up the back of the school bus. Yeah, we like to think that growing up's a bit sus. There's a little kid in a lot of us. I've met seniors who are younger in their heart and soul than a whole lot of dull 31-year-olds who never thought to go and try and break the mold like the seniors who are younger in their heart and soul. Yeah, there's still a little kid in a lot of us, still sitting up the back of the school bus. Yeah, we like to think that growing up's a bit sus. There's a little kid in a lot of us. This verse is for the older kids. Although your body grows old, yeah, you're still the same. Just a big kid with a Zimmer frame. You might miss the ball when you take aim, but there's still a kid inside who remains the same. Yeah, there's still a ballerina in your lady, still a bit of front rower in your matey. Without your glasses, things may look a little hazy, but there's still a ballerina in your lady. Now this next verse, it could be controversial, but I need to explain myself. So when you're in kindergarten, the 6th graders look old. Then you're in 6th grade and you look back and think, oh, they're not that old. And you look up to the year 12ers and that's old. And then your dad somewhere along the line turns 40 and you think that's old. And then you turn 40 and it's not old. And then I grew up with the Beatles, When I'm 64. Remember that song? So I used to think that 64 was old. Yeah, I used to think that 64 was pretty old, till Mum grew past it and she's still going. A good woman with a heart of gold. Yeah, I used to think that 64 was pretty old, but there's still a ballerina in your lady, still a bit of front rower in your matey. Without your glasses, things may look a little hazy, but there's still a ballerina in your lady. And there's still a little kid in a lot of us, still sitting up the back of the school bus. Yeah, we like to think that growing up's a bit sus. There's a little kid in a lot of us.
Love it, Bobby. Done well.
Thanks,
That's good.
mate.
Roovolution, the new album.
Revolution, yes.
And it will be officially launched in March, just close to Easter when you're doing the big campfire, Hunter Valley.
Yeah, at Hope Estate
Yes.
on the 14th, Saturday the 14th. The whole festival goes like the Friday, Saturday,
Yeah.
Sunday, but we're on stage, on the big stage at 3 p.m. on Saturday to launch our album.
Well, look, I appreciate you giving us a review of the Country Music Festival for
My
this year
pleasure.
and the Golden Guitar Awards and playing a track from the album. I might get you back again just before you do that festival up at Hope Estate. We'd love that. And you can talk more about the album.
Oh, great, Dave. We'd love to come back.
Good on you, Bob. Always a great friend and a good guest.
Good on you, Dave. Thank you.
It's 2NURFM 103.7. Great to have you with us for a Tuesday morning.